Imagine having a personal jet fleet worth over $300 million. Yes, Elon Musk's private plane collection isn't just massive, it's downright jaw-dropping. But that's only the beginning. Today, I'm diving deep into how Elon splashes cash not just on sky-high rides, but on his kids' lavish lifestyles, an $80 million neighborhood, an insane car lineup, and so much more that sounds almost unreal. But first, let's kick things off with something you probably wouldn't expect: his shoes. Yeah, Elon's footwear is so rare and controversial, it nearly landed him half a year behind bars. Back in 2019, during the Tesla Model Y reveal at the California Design Center, Elon knew he couldn't just show up in any old kicks. Nope, he rocked custom, one-of-a-kind Air Jordan Tesla shoes, crafted from wild materials like pony hair, red metallic leather, and even python skin. Here's the kicker: California laws outlaw wearing anything made from python. That's right, strutting those shoes could have scored him up to 6 months in the slammer. Lucky for Elon, he dodged charges. But since then, he's wisely kept those conversation starters tucked away. Those shoes cost a cool $1,500, not bad, but it pales compared to the timepiece game he's playing for when he's out conquering Mars. Because on Mars, time isn't exactly ticking the same way as on Earth, and Elon wanted a watch that's truly out of this world. So he teamed up with Tag Heuer to craft a limited edition Carrera 1887 SpaceX, released on the 50th anniversary of the first Swiss watch worn in space. While you can snag that for around $10,000, Elon's wrist isn't settling. He's got an Audemars Piguet valued at $50,000 and a Richard Mille worth a staggering $200,000. Now that's a flex worthy of the cosmos. Speaking of rides, Elon's car collection defies gravity in more ways than one. Remember that Tesla Roadster he launched into space atop a rocket he built himself? Yeah, who else but Elon? He live-streamed the whole thing and even lets you track where it is orbiting Earth right now. Since that car is clearly out of reach, he went and bought another one, because why not? But Elon's taste isn't limited to electric marvels. He owns the very first mass-produced gas car, a 1920 Ford Model T, which barely runs and cost him $25,000. And get this, his dream car is a classic gas guzzler too. When he was 17 and broke as anyone, he fell head over heels for the Jaguar E-Type after spotting it in a magazine. Fast forward, and once Elon made some cash, he snagged that beauty, which also apparently loves breaking down just like the Ford. One of his priciest rides nearly got him killed: a $1 million McLaren F1, bought after his first big PayPal payday. But if you thought that was wild, wait until you hear about the car that can transform into a submarine. Yes, that legendary James Bond vehicle actually works. And after a lucky find in an abandoned storage unit, Elon bought it for $1 million, pushing his car collection's value to about $2.8 million. Storing all these beauties? He's got an entire Bel Air neighborhood filled with mansions. Starting small, Elon bought a $17 million mansion, complete with 7 bedrooms, a gym, spa, tennis court, and a private movie theater. Yeah, the guy's got more home gyms than most of us have socks, and somehow still manages to look like Peter Griffin. He liked the area so much, he picked up 6 more houses just like it. But there's a twist. One of those houses looks normal on the outside, but inside it's got some seriously creepy vibes. Elon wasn't about that haunted mansion life, so he turned it into a rocket science school for his kids. Because why live in a spooky mansion when you can launch geniuses into space? Speaking of his kids, Elon's spending there makes even his jet and car collections look like pocket change. The average parent shells out about $300,000 per child over their lifetime. But Elon's kids, they attend private schools, jet around on private planes for vacations, racking up costs near $1 million per year each. With 9 kids, that's roughly $216 million in child-rearing expenses alone. Talk about pricey parenting. But jets? Oh man, jets. Elon couldn't settle for just one. His first jet set him back $26 million, complete with plush recliners, a dining room, and bedroom. But once he leveled up to billionaire status, he upgraded. When billionaire Mark Cuban flaunted his Gulfstream G550, Elon didn't hesitate. He bought two of them for $62 million each. This is the very jet Mr. Beast once flew on, packed with insane luxury. Then came the Gulfstream G650 for $75 million, because billionaires do what we do when the new iPhone drops. They buy the newer, slightly better model, except their version costs tens of millions. And just recently, Elon snagged the latest G700 for another $75 million. The difference? It's just a bit bigger, like iPhones, but for planes. When you're worth over $200 billion, dropping $300 million on jets isn't just a purchase, it's a flex. But Elon's biggest flex might just be the wildest move yet. When Twitter started censoring voices and bleeding billions, most people would scroll past, shrug it off. Not Elon. He paused his Mars ambitions, dropped $44 billion, yes, billion with a B, to buy Twitter, paying a cheeky $54.20 per share as a nod to one of his favorite memes. Analysts say he overpaid by $19 billion, but when you're Elon Musk, you just roll with it. Twitter's now rebranded to X, with Elon aiming to turn it into the ultimate super app combining banking, SpaceX flights, Neuralink, and more. If it catches on like China's WeChat, X could be worth upwards of $80 billion. So there you have it. Jets, cars, houses, kids, and internet empires, all part of Elon's wildly extravagant universe. If you love diving into the lifestyles of the ultra-wealthy and want the inside scoop on how billionaires live, spend, and flex, you're in the right place. This is Affluence Influenced, where we uncover the stories behind the world's biggest fortunes and most jaw-dropping luxuries. Make sure you're subscribed, because we've got plenty more jaw-dropping content coming your way.